Some people cannot be happy all their life, even if they have everything they dream about. And some people have nothing and they are very happy. Every day can be a nice day.
Yeah. It's just about being able to catch yourself right there, release it, be angry, like, oh, and then just pause for a moment. Okay, you let it go. And now, okay, so what's next? When you open social media, actually to pause yourself right there and think about, okay, maybe this is not even real.
I think that we shouldn't be attached to other people's opinion about us because they don't see us. They don't see our true self. They see their own reality of us. You are you, they are they, and not everybody will love what you do. You will not love everything about other people. Welcome to Femisticated Podcast again. I am here with Nina. My name is Lucia, and we are bringing you all the perspective from women's world. And even if this is about women's world, also men can benefit from it because they can crack the code. Hopefully also men will listen to us. And what we are talking about always is a different perspective on how we can stay in our feminine flow, enjoy our feminine energy and use it to our full potential and succeed in this world full of sharks where even feminism is twisted all the way around. Hello, Nina. How are you?
Hello, Lucia. Thank you for this introduction.
Welcome again. Today, me and Nina are going to give you a special recipe to happiness. How does that sound? We will talk about the happiness because I think, and we think that everybody on this planet would love to be happy at some point. And we tell you how you can do it yourself and how you can create your inner happiness. Because there is a difference. Some people cannot be happy all their life, even if they have everything they dream about. And some people have nothing and they are very happy. So what's the difference? Why some people can be happy and why some people are not, even if they have everything, right?
Happiness is such a big topic. And when you ask anyone what they want, almost everyone will reply, I just want to be happy. But many people actually don't really know what being happy means. Or if you ask, what does it actually mean to be happy? Happiness is a feeling of enjoyment, of positive emotions, either of the moment or in life in general.
Yeah, but this moment happiness, we call it momentum or dopamine happiness. This can happen to you when you have some goal and you reach it and this momentum happiness is there, you happy. But what if this happiness doesn't take so long? What if it's not there? And you again stop to be happy, you're frustrated and you have another goal. So I compare it to the fireplace actually. When you have a goal, you want to reach it and you are this fireplace and you have the fire inside of you. So you have your inner happiness. And whatever you achieve in the future, it's going to be a bonus. If you have this fire in your fireplace, you're going on your journey and you're walking through all of the obstacles, you're having lots of struggles, but you feel warm, you feel cozy, you're enjoying the journey. And once you reach your goal, fire that was there before is a little bit bigger. It's your inner happiness. But imagine that you don't have this fire on your journey. There is no fire, you feel cold, you feel uncomfortable, and you are on your journey to reach some goal. How would you feel? You feel uncomfortable, it's not a pleasant journey, you're not enjoying it. Yes, you reach your goals, you need to use lots of energy to reach your goals. But then you reach it, this fire is tripled, quadrupled, and it's there, and you're happy that you bought this amazing house again. But this happiness will not take for long. So what we can do to keep this fire inside of us, to keep this inner happiness inside of us, that we're gonna enjoy this journey all the time. Either we reach the goal or we don't.
That's very true, because in today's society, we always attach our happiness to something. It's true that we do experience moments of happiness. If you think about your childhood, or you will definitely have moments that you think about how happy you were in that moment, and it can be some beautiful memories. But exactly as you said, the problem is that we often attach our happiness to the outcome of certain situations or to materialistic achievements, and there's always more, right? We always strive for more. We always want the next step. And exactly as you said, once we reach it, we are exactly back where we were in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like this pursuit of happiness becomes very unsustainable. When we think about happiness, I believe many people, they believe that once they have more money, they will be more happy. Obviously, we cannot deny that money is powerful and we all need that and it's important. However, there is a limit after which increasing in your bank account or on how much money you have will not actually influence your happiness in general. So it is true that money can solve lots of your problems, and everyone would be an unhappy millionaire that that's like unhappy beggar. That's true. However, it's not what is it all about. And actually, when I was working as a flight attendant in the first class, I met a lot of people that had lots of money. And back then, I was also myself struggling financially. I kept thinking like, if I have the money that those people have, all my problems would just disappear and I would be extremely happy. But what's actually
Would they?
but what surprised me that those people, I don't want to generalize, of course, but I met many people that I thought they have it all. They have the money, the power,
You
the
talk
fame.
to them about it?
Yeah, but actually I thought they were not happy. There was always something small bothering them. They did not enjoy. They had this amazing flying experience in the first class that most people can only dream about. However,
that's true.
they didn't even seem to enjoy it. It was very ordinary for them. At some points, they would be also very unhappy about very small things and not being grateful for what they have. So that made me think, actually, what is really happiness? Like, is it really just about having things? And we all experience this, that we want something. And once we reach it, as you said, we are happy. But the next moment that goes, what's next? Then pursuing of the other goal. And it never ends, actually. So
we need to keep this inner happiness inside
Mm-hmm.
of us on the journey to reach any of the goals. And we probably should look at the goals as a bonuses that comes to us. And if we reach them, we're going to be satisfied. Maybe we're going to be even more happy, I would say. Not happy, even more happy. And then we have another goals. But as I said, that fire needs to stay inside of yourself. And me and Nina were thinking which toolbox we're going to create today and what we're going to share with you so you can take something from there today and you can use it in your life. So first that comes to my mind is gratitude. It's being thankful for what we already had. And me as well in the past, when I look at my life, I was also not practicing gratitude. I didn't realize how happy I was at some point in my life, even if I was struggling, because we all struggling in life, maybe financially, maybe in relationship, maybe, in any part of our life. But important is how you look at the things from what perspective. So that time when I was struggling, I was so desperate. I was looking for any motivation online that I can find. I can get some hope that everything's going to be better. And I found this amazing guy who is a motivational speaker. His name is Nick Vujicic. And this guy actually gave me the biggest hope ever, because he was born without legs and without hands, and he's enjoying his life. He's a motivational speaker. He's playing golf. He's swimming. He's driving the car. And I was like, okay, so I'm complaining here that my life is not perfect, but I have all what he doesn't. And how come he can do it and I can't? So this was my huge wake-up call. And I started to think, probably I need to be thankful for what I have. And at that time, I didn't know that gratitude can help you to improve your energies and everything. And that can help you to reach your goals much easier. But I started that time, it was a long time ago. And 3 years ago, when I went to my personal development journey and I started to practice it like every single day on a deep level, like my life actually improved. The quality of my life improved significantly. I think everybody should be thankful for what they have at this moment, even if these are the small things.
Yeah, it is the art of being grateful for what you have and enjoying even the small things in life. Gratitude is the essential part of happiness, because it actually allows you to enjoy the small things in life that you would not maybe notice even. For example, the fact that you wake up in the morning and you have roof over your head and you go down and you make yourself a cup of coffee, you open your fridge and there is food and you have breakfast. And I know it can sound like a very cliche and something, obviously I have that, but there are so many people in this world who don't have that. So it's actually being grateful for that. Just the fact that you are safe, that you are healthy, it's such a big thing to be grateful for. And this is also how the universe works, because if we talk about the law of manifestation and like the law of attraction, so it's what if you are grateful, you send a positive signal to the universe to give you more of that. It works like that. So when you have this beautiful positive energy that you send out to the universe to provide more of that beautiful things to you, and this is actually one of the most important aspects of manifesting, is being grateful for what you have, even if it's the smallest thing and you would never think it's important.
It's not hard to practice gratitude. There are some recommendation that you can have a journal. You can do journaling every single day. And I'm saying every single day because every single day you can be grateful for so many things. Even that you woke up in the morning. Imagine that your body is doing everything for you at night because you are actually unconscious. So that you wake up, that's a magic, that's a miracle of life that we work this way. You just go to bed and you wake up and this machine inside of you is working for yourself. And some people doing journaling, they write it down like maybe 10 points, what they're happy for. But for me, for example, I don't write it down. I just go into my car and whenever I'm alone, I talk to myself and I'm saying to myself why I'm so happy. When I say it out loud, I'm also living it, like I feeling it. I have these shivers on my hands because I'm realizing that I'm really happy that I have roof over my head. I have 2 nice kids. I have a family. I have really good friends I can rely on. When you look around yourself, you find out that you have so many things that you can be thankful for. And we all should go there. We all should go and check it out, even to go to your past, even to look around yourself and see how thankful you are for your life, because not everybody has this actually.
Yes, and it's also being also grateful for maybe the difficult things that you had to go through, even though it might not seem that way in this moment, but it's actually what made you the person that you are today. So both the positive and the negative experiences actually build you up as a person. When I look at my past and sometimes I think about things I could have done better, maybe I should be somewhere else by now, and I'm thinking about all the mistakes that I made. But then when I started practicing gratitude, I actually see that all the struggles and all the mistakes made me the person. It builds your character. It makes you the person that you are today.
That's true. Very, very true. Except the gratitude, there are other things that we can talk about, but gratitude, that's for me, it's number one. And without this, I would never, ever start my day right now.
Yes. So talking about starting the day, I want to talk about the power of positive thinking. And when I say positive thinking, I don't want to talk about toxic positivity when you just pretend that everything is fine, even though it's not. But it can be a small shift in the way you think that can actually turn your day around. Lucia, you wanted to say something? You have a story I can see.
Yeah, I have so many stories in the morning when I need to get somewhere on time. And for example, even this morning, I was in a rush. I was in a hurry to get to the studio. And my son is sick. He's at home. My husband stays with him. I'm putting makeup. I'm washing my hair. And he's all around and putting the makeup on my brushes. And I take it and I put it on my eyes. And it's different color than I imagine. So I'm like, okay, I'm holding it inside of me because he's 5 years old. Sometimes I raise my voice and then this guilt kicked me in my parts. And then all over again, I'm still holding it and keeping it inside of me. And I told myself, okay, like this is a situation. You have to get ready, stay calm. Because if I start to go in this negative loop, it will be the negative day all day long. But if I keep it for now inside of me and I change the perspective, because it is so cute that he's still around me, that he still want to play with my makeup. He still want to, I don't know, brush my hair and help me and be there when I'm taking a shower. So this is the positive way how I can look, or how we can look at the things that seems like a disaster at the moment, but it's actually not. Also, when, for example, in the morning, you're taking out the milk from the fridge and you spill it. Normally, you are like angry because you have to just clean it and everything. But then you say, okay, it's just the milk. You can clean it. It's nothing. So if we start to think positive way in any situation, and yes, this takes lots of energy because you need to do it consciously, then every day can be a nice day.
Yeah. It's just about being able to catch yourself right there. Like of course it's good to let go, release it, be angry, like, oh, and then just pause for a moment. Okay, you let it go. And now, okay, so what's next? And actually I have a story from this morning as well.
Okay.
So for those that live in Dubai, they know how bad is the traffic here.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually stuck for 1 hour coming here today. And I was getting really angry in the car. I was trying to avoid the traffic jam. And then I would just turn the next corner. I would find myself again in the next traffic jam. And I was really upset about it. And then I thought it's actually a good thing for me because like some might not know, but I had a very big anxiety about driving the car. I did lots of mindset work and overcome that. And the way I reframe that for myself is actually this is such a great practice for me because if I think about the version, like the past version of myself that would never be able to handle this situation, I'll probably just park somewhere on the side and leave the car. It's a beautiful way for me to practice driving, to practice being calm in the car, and to be also grateful for learning how to drive quite well by now.
Yeah,
so
that's true. The traffic, many people have the same problem. Many people are angry when they get stuck in traffic. I don't belong to these kind of people. I never did. But because every time I do get stuck in traffic, I'm like, okay, this is a disaster. But then I start to read something on my phone when it's very slow traffic. I started
make
to
sure that you don't bump into it.
No. Well, I mean the traffic when you're moving very slowly. So I'm reading something or I'm repeating something that I need to talk about on the podcast. Sometimes I just talk to myself how my life is, and I practicing gratitude during traffic. And I don't want to also push to toxic positivity because it's also not every time you feel great, right? Not every time is a great day, but we can make it greater the way we look at the things, and we need to look at it from different perspective because it's all about us, right? It's nobody else can do it for us.
Yes, definitely. The positive thinking, it's one of the beautiful tools that you can use from your happiness toolbox. And there's another one as well that is very big, and it also links to the gratitude. I think everything links back to the gratitude.
Yeah, definitely.
And that is to limit comparison because we live in the society that is very fast-paced and always about achieving the next level, getting to the next goal. And often that comes from observing others and comparing yourself and your journey to the journey of others and comparing how far they have gone compared to you, what they have, and etc.
The problem is we never compare the beginning of somebody's journey with our beginning of our journey. You always see someone being successful and doing stuff, and you compare that momentum to your start. You can't compare apples and pears together. You just have to go back to their beginning, if you can, and compare that one. This reminds me at the time when we stayed at home and we had these curfews, whatever it's called, during the COVID. We couldn't go out and everybody was so unhappy. They couldn't travel. They couldn't go out. They were stuck at home. For me, this was the most peaceful time on the planet Earth because I have 1-year-old son that time. And I didn't have to compare with anyone. I didn't have to have this FOMO that I'm missing out on something that other people do and I can't. So for me, this time when we got stuck at home was the most peaceful time I could go through. And I know for many people it wasn't, but from my perspective, it was like this. Do you meet with FOMO in your life? How do you overcoming this situation when you feel that?
I love social media. Of course, it's a beautiful tool that helps us to find new people, to stay connected. We actually met through social media as well.
We did.
I absolutely love social media, but there is another part of that, and that is that we always compare, as you said, ourselves to others. And it can be our lives, what we do in our lives. And it can be that, for example, when you are home, maybe with a baby like me, and then you see on Instagram all those people traveling, going to places,
and you want to go
Bali,
there with them, huh?
going to I don't know where, and
I
you
know.
just feel like, oh, I would really want to do that as well. And then you feel like maybe I'm missing out on something. And again, we're back to the gratitude, but I also want
but maybe they want to have kids.
Exactly, yeah.
And some can't to have what you have.
Exactly.
And you at this moment can't have what they have, but it doesn't mean that they're more happy than you are.
Yes, exactly. You never know what other people are going through. Even it might look certain way on social media. You never know. And also another thing about comparison and social media, I think it's very important to talk about is how we compare the way we look to others, because we have all those AI and filters. And I think for women, a big part of being happy is also being happy about the way you look and about being happy about the way your body looks.
You never know who has the filters on, who
Exactly,
doesn't,
yes,
and all of these faces and
Yes.
all of these bodies. It could be all filtered, so we don't know how.
So it's important to understand that. And when you open social media, actually to pause yourself right there and think about, okay, maybe this is not even real, because we all have that moment that we open the social media and we see all those beautiful women doing amazing things. And then this comparison starts to creep in, especially for women, I believe, because also for men, of course, but I believe for women as well. So
Nothing is perfect. Perfection doesn't exist. It will never exist. I think we shouldn't look for the perfection, because in other people's eyes, it could be different than in your eyes. And that actually takes me to, we also shouldn't give an effort to what other people think about us, our action, or how we look, unless we don't do something that's hurting others, I would say. If you doing your things your own way, in your relationship, in your business, and you persuaded yourself that this is the way you want to do it, and there is someone who doesn't like it. It could be your friends, or it could be strangers who look at you, judge you, because I think people are judgmental a lot. Why shouldn't we care about others people's opinions? I think that we all have different realities and different filters. I was raised different ways than you were. Probably I will never understand your life to the fullest, and you would never understand my life to the fullest, even if me and you, we are very similar. We were raised in similar culture, but there are differences that made you look at the things from different perspective than mine. If I judge something about you, I always tell myself, but I don't have her shoes. I didn't go through what she did. So I just see it through my filter, through what I lived, through my conditioning, through what I was learned, through what I saw in my life. But Nina can have different conditioning. She lived through different experiences and she has different filters. So I bet you that if we have a person in front of us right now, me and you would have a different perspective on how the person looks like, who the person is. We would like or dislike something about the person. So I think that we shouldn't be attached to other people's opinion about us, because they don't see us. They don't see our true self. They see their own reality of us. All what they learned and saw in their life, they just put it out there on us, and it's like projection of their reality, and they see us their own way. I think we shouldn't actually give effort.
It's important to know where you are getting your advice from. Because of course, as you said, we all have different filters. There's an Instagram quote that still resonates with me, and I still remember it. A content creator or a YouTuber that has millions of subscribers will not be laughing at your first video that you post online. And a serial entrepreneur will not be laughing at you starting your own small business, quote unquote. And
because they went through the experience.
So this is why it's important to actually understand who are you talking to in that moment, because sometimes
and whose opinion is creating
even the people that want the best for us, for example, like family members, of course, they will always have lots of opinion about us. But exactly as you said, it's important to understand what experience they had, and then it not might be applicable to us, because
what is their conditioning.
Exactly, because one thing is you get an advice from someone that never had a business before and is very preoccupied for you starting a business, and in their conditioning is that if you start a business, they have this belief that you will lose all your money, and this is maybe it's for certain people, but maybe not for you, and it might come even from a place of care.
Yeah,
it's actually important to understand and differentiate between you can take advice, but be careful who you take your advice from.
Yeah, if somebody is saying something about you and it's someone who you care about, who is important for you, this can also touch you personally. Sometimes it can take you down and you start, and again, we talk about this in our episode about the most important relationship with yourself, about the self-love. But for that moment, it can take you down and makes you feel you're not good enough because I want to do something and this person is telling me that it's not good because of this and that. And then you start thinking about that. And if you get to this loop that it is not good, if you take this opinion of others as they are truth, then you would never probably move, because there is many people who has different opinion than you. When I was starting business, there was so many people telling me stuff about if this is the right business. Are you coming from financial background? Why do you do this wardrobe makeovers and stuff? But I couldn't explain enough that it was my passion and that I saw the happiness in these people's eyes when they were well organized. They could go out and take the outfit and feel confident. That's a huge power in it as we talk about this. But there were people who couldn't understand why I switched from finance to something creative. But I did, and it was my passion, and it still is the journey.
It's very important to follow your heart and to find something that has purpose for you. And necessarily, not everyone will understand that.
In different cultures, they call it different way. In Japanese culture, they have Ikigai. And first point of Ikigai is having a purpose in life. And when I was in Japan many years back, I felt like these people are so happy, and not only happy, they are very calm and they react certain way. I couldn't believe myself that these people are so calm and down to earth. And then I started to look around and I found about Ikigai, and that was amazing. There is more points of Ikigai, but first is a purpose. And we all need purpose in life. There is another part of the toolbox we're giving you, by the way. So find your purpose, find your happiness. Do you have your purpose, Nina, in your life?
Yes, so purpose is a very big word. As you said, it's in all cultures, you will find this, there's a different word for, but it's something that's very central to living a happy life and living a fulfilling life. And when we think about purpose, we sometimes think about something huge or something big, something extraordinary, to create something completely, absolutely new that no one has ever done before. And this has to be your purpose. But actually living a purposeful living, it can be just living in alignment with your values and actually understanding yourself and knowing who you are as a person and what are you passionate about. And this will be the contribution, because if you live your purpose, then you are in alignment with everything around you. So the things that you are passionate about will benefit also the others in many ways.
Everybody
so it doesn't.
you are.
So the purpose doesn't have to be something like philanthropical as well. Like you don't have to. But it can be, of course, and for many people it is.
Somebody purpose is to buy a Porsche Panamera.
Yes,
I don't know.
exactly,
Maybe that's their
yeah.
purpose, but that's the thing we talk about at the beginning. There's the materialistic
exactly.
thing, and they can get this dopamine happiness from that. But where is the inner happiness? We all probably should have the bigger purpose.
And if you put too much pressure on yourself and on your purpose, what can actually happen that you become unhappy because you always think that what you're doing is not enough. For me, like having a purpose,
life.
it's just living a purposeful life, doing what I love, trying to help others. And it can be like in a very small things, and it's just being in alignment with what I believe in.
Like having
and
Femisticated Podcast?
Exactly. For example, the purpose doesn't have to be something really big. And it can be just really having even small actions, like living your life and living every day of your life in a way that's in alignment with who you truly are. You are not creating a dissociation between who you are and who you actually need to be as yourself. Yes, exactly. This might be just enough to living a purpose.
Yeah, and then you have your inner happiness. So we had a gratitude. That's, if you're doing the notes, write it down. Gratitude, practicing anywhere you are. And this gives you amazing energy. Then we had don't compare to others, because it's not worth it. You are you, they are they, and not everybody will love what you do. You will not love everything about other people. And what else, Nina? Help me to summarize this toolbox we're giving away.
So we actually had a self-love episode, and we already give you in that episode, there's actually 2 amazing tools that you can use as well. And that is being self-compassionate, having compassion for yourself when something doesn't work out, and it might have been your fault, but you are not hard on yourself. So this is, if you want
love
to
yourself,
love
actually,
yourself,
for whatever you do.
And not being hard on yourself for things you did that maybe they might be wrong. You can go back to that episode and listen. And also that one, and another tool that relates to relationship with others. How can we relate to others? And this has lots to do with boundaries. And also in this episode, in self-love episode, we talked a lot about how to actually set up your boundaries and how to choose the right circle and how to choose the right people to have in your life.
Exactly.
So definitely go back and listen to that episode, because there's so many beautiful points that you can use on your journey to inner happiness.
Yeah, just living by those two rules that we mentioned, you already going to feel happier that you are now. And it's not going to be a dopamine happiness. It will be your inner happiness, your inner fire. Mentioning the purpose as well. If you find your purpose in life, as Nina said, it doesn't have to be something huge. It just needs to be something that you are satisfied with, your values are in line with, and then you will feel it. You will feel it through your entire body.
Talking about body, one thing came to my mind. Happiness is also about how you can take care of your physical body.
Oh yeah, that's a good
imagine
one.
If you don't sleep well, if you don't eat well, if you don't exercise, if you don't live in a healthy body, your mind will also not be healthy. It totally relates.
In whatever stage you are right now, maybe you are someone who is hearing this all around, that you need to exercise, then you need to eat healthy. But imagine that your body is something very important for you, and you need to keep it fresh and keep it with all of this nutrition. Everything that you eat, it's your fuel you're putting inside of your body. And then when you feel some pain in your body, maybe you need to have more physical exercise. Maybe you need to do more yoga exercise, something that keeps you moving, because moving your body is one of the most important things. There are studies that people that move their body and they exercise, they live a long life. And even if they are in their 70s and 80s, they are flexible because they exercise every single day and they keep up themselves fresh. That's very important. I was moving my body throughout my life, but when kids came, then I was exhausted and I didn't go to the gym, or I didn't do it. And I felt it on myself. I felt like my body is starting to dysfunction and it's not working for myself. We have to take care of our body, our mind as well. And it's important what we eat as well.
Yes. When you exercise, your body releases the happiness hormone, the endorphins.
Yeah.
So actually it is scientifically true that exercising makes you happy because it releases the happy hormones. This is one reason for you to hit the gym after you listen to the podcast.
You know, some people exercising on the social media, they're scrolling the shorts, and there are also studies that it gives you dopamine, but this is very unhealthy dopamine because it's sudden dopamine only. Then when you're scrolling, you feel great because you see so many things and so many information. It's totally different kind of happiness. Yeah.
The healthy living is very important. In my life, what I can take as an example is that about 10 years ago, I started on my yoga journeys. I'm a student of Ayurveda and yoga and Tantra, all those sciences that I have a great respect for. What I believe they have a great key to our inner happiness as well, because they all teach you how to live your life more in balance, and being in balance in your body, in your mind, in your energy. It's something that will create your inner happiness.
That's true. Yeah.
Yes. And actually there are so many studies about mindfulness and about meditation and how it contributes to living a happy life. That's something that's important. And also moving your body, eating well for your body. That's something that will support you.
Yeah, that keep fresh your body and keep fresh your mind with meditation. Yes. Also, I was hearing about meditation before, but I didn't understand it until I did myself the meditation, and I started to go inside of me and meeting myself in the different places, and it gives me such a nice peace and relaxed feeling that if you didn't try it once in your life, please do, because this is something I cannot even explain how much of inner peace and inner happiness comes to you when you start regularly meditation and breathing. So for example, last weekend, it was messy. Kids were like fighting together and there was too much of everything. So I told myself, okay, I need to do something because I'm getting crazy here. I closed the door in my room and I started to breathe. So I had a breathing exercise, which I really love. It took me like 10 minutes to go through this breathing exercise. But after that, I was so calm and nice, and all of these fights and all of that I look at different perspective on that. I look like, okay, they kids, they fight, they do this, they do that. So I did little switch. I started to talk to them. I started to play with them, and we were one happy family again. Sometimes this breathing and this meditation gives you different perspective that you look at the things, and it's really nice tool to practice if you feel frustrated, if you're angry, if you don't know how to get out of this loop of negative emotions.
Actually, the breathing is a direct tool to regulate your nervous system because when you breathe, you use your diaphragm. When you use your diaphragm in certain ways, it actually stimulates the vagus nerve in your body, which is actually the nerve that helps you to find a relaxation and to regulate your nervous system. So there's a scientific part about why it works.
Exactly.
And it's so beautiful that all those Asian nations, they actually knew about that, and they had all those beautiful tools that they brought forward to us. In meditation as well, it's about being self-aware. When you meditate, you learn so much about yourself.
Yeah.
And that helps as well in your inner happiness. When you know yourself, you can catch yourself in that moment better when you start to, going to dysregulation.
Many people know about this. It's everywhere. You can hear about meditation from different sources now, but not many people try it at least once. They're like, oh, this is not for me. But what is not for you? You don't even know what is inside. So just try, do it for yourself. And I really recommend this. I mean, this was a game changer for my life, as many of the things we talk about. My life, as I said at the beginning, it improved significantly. And I look at it from a different perspective. Yes. And also we will look about different other topics in our community that we created. We would love to. And we are creating community of women that lift each other up and that listen each other's stories and help each other. So if you would like to have a bonus part on this episode that will be about how you can have your life in your own hands, it will be extension of our talk that we have now with Nina, but we will go a little bit deeper to that. And you can find it on our community website page that's called Femisticated Community. And we will be very happy to see you there. And also every single episode before it goes out to all of, I hope that you will come and we can talk to you. You can talk to us face to face through the online platforms as well.
Thank you for listening today. And we are looking forward for the next episode. Thank you.
To the next one.
Bye-bye.